Just a minute. Okay.
Hey everyone, we'll start with the good news. Our bald eagle this morning actually turned around on his perch. That might not sound like a big achievement to most of you, but in his weakened condition and him being able to turn around on the perch, remember all of you that were in gymnastics and you practice on the balance beam and how difficult it was to turn on the balance beam? Well, these guys live on a balance beam their whole life. And for him to have the strength and coordination to turn himself around on a perch in his condition was a huge achievement. And so we're very, very excited about that. And, I'm going to be really honest with you folks today. I need to let you know really what I do. This guy right here was incredibly ill. All indications were lead poisoning. He's got some neurological issues. He may have some vision issues. And we have saved his life. We are able to feed him. He's able to perch, and whether or not he will be able to become physically fit enough to be able to return to the wild, we won't know that for months. But that's the goal, is get this guy back to the wild. Now here's the sad part. By federal law, if we cannot return this eagle back to the wild, the eagle can be placed in an educational program, or the eagle must be euthanized. And that just tears me apart. I've been caring for these guys for 47 years, and it just terrifies me, the thought of working with this eagle for 6 months and he not being able to be releasable, and that I will have to euthanize him. And I promise all of you that'll be an extremely bad day for me. That is why it's so very, very important that we get the Cedar Canyon Nature Park up and running. The Cedar Canyon Nature Park will be a place where non-releasable wildlife can be placed in natural habitats and be used for wildlife education. And that would be a permanent, if he is non-releasable, that could be a permanent home for him. So let's keep our fingers crossed. I need all of your help to come help us with these animals. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is, and I want you to understand this, if you find a wild animal that looks tame, that just sits there, it is sick and, in fact, deathly ill. Please do not try to pick them up. Do not do what I do. I've been caring for these guys for 47 years. Well, the first thing I'm going to do this morning is I want to check and see how much weight he's gained. And instead of using a scale, I will feel his heel bone, his breastbone. And this, again, don't do this. This can be very dangerous. They do bite. Yes, you do, huh, sweetie? Oh, that's a good boy. That's my baby. Shh. Okay. Now, see, I've distracted him here. Then I'm going to get my hands up under here to feel his breast. There's my baby. Oh, such a good. Oh, you're doing better. He's got more weight on his breastbone right here, which means that he is putting on weight. So that's very, very, very good. Now, that beak right there is designed to rip large chunks of flesh. And so he could certainly rip a big chunk of flesh out of my hand, but I am keeping him very calm here, and he's doing okay. The next thing that you have to worry about is his feet. These feet right here, 600 pounds per square inch of crushing power in those feet. That's what he kills with. And he could drive those talons through my hand and crush the bones of my hand. So when you're dealing with wild animals, don't approach them. If you think they're sick, please call police dispatch. Do not call 911. 911 is for human emergencies. Call police dispatch. They will dispatch a wildlife rehabilitator like myself, or a conservation officer who is skilled in handling these animals, and let them deal with it. Because if you try to handle an animal like this, you may have to call 911, because it very well could turn into a human emergency, trying to get you to the hospital with an eagle hanging off your arm. So please do not approach or pick up sick or injured wildlife. Well, it's time for his breakfast, and we're very pleased with how he's eating. I got a bag full of mice here. Now these are domestically raised mice that we order in by the thousand to feed these guys. Please understand, these are like $2 a piece. So feeding these guys is extremely expensive, and I use a pair of forceps to keep my fingers a little bit further away, so he eats the mouse instead of my hand. There we go. That's my boy. That's my boy. There we go. Yes, now you know it's breakfast time, huh? Yes, you do. There's my kid. It's very important to feed them whole animals, not just meat. Basically, they need the fur, they need the feather, they need the bones, they need everything in order to help with their digestive system. And so this guy will put down a pretty good sized meal this morning, and that's really, really good. Like I said, he's gaining weight. He's got sufficient balance that he was able to turn around on his perch. There's my baby. But he's still very, very much a long ways out of the woods. He has got a lot of healing to do still before he can be returned to the wild. Okay, you've about got a crop full there, kiddo? You've had enough? Okay. That's a pretty good meal. That's almost the whole bag. Okay, one more time. Let me check you out here. Yes, I know. Let me check you out. Let me see. There you go. It's okay, baby boy. There we are. Okay, that's a pretty good sized meal that you've got in your crop right now. So you're doing all right. We'll give you your dinner, a dinner feeding. Yes, we will give you dinner feeding a little later.